Iya, iya, iya. Oke. Yoik. Oh, halo, halo, halo. Oke, kita akan lanjut lagi. Game Agatha Christie The ABC Murder. Dan terakhir sampai mana ya? Horror. Lanjut. Oke, jadi terakhir kemarin di Donald Fraser datang ke kantornya Pyro. Ada apakah dia?
Hastings, it would appear that you are getting slightly thin on top.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Lihat dulu.
This
Observation.
man is tired.
Oh, cukup lelah. Ya, matanya, mata ada kantung mata hitam gitu, huge. Hari cukur kan.
Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Ya, bahkan gak ganti baju. Apakah yang membuat dia tidak dapat tidur?
Mr. Penuh, I don't know why I'm here.
Kenapa kamu tidak tahu apa yang kamu lakukan di sini? Reassures him about the fact that he will be listened to.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Penuh, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself.
Oh.
I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Jadi semenjak kematian tunangannya ya, berarti yang kasus B, Donald mengatakan agak gelisah. Oke, jadi si Donald ini merasa gelisah dan mimpi buruk selama 3 hari berturut-turut. Itulah penyebabnya si Donald tidak terurus banget.
Have a drink and tell me about this dream.
Mimpi apakah dia? Short.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her round the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Oke, jadi perasaan Donald bercerita kalau dia mimpi bersama si Betty pantai. Kemudian entah kenapa Donald itu mencekik leher yang isinya si Betty. Setelah si Betty ini jatuh belakang, ternyata bukan Betty yang ada di hadapan si Donald yang dalam mimpinya loh ya. Saya mau jadi si Megan, itu kakaknya Betty. Menarik. How should Donald's dream be interpreted? Kenapa yang terlintas di mimpinya Donald adalah si Megan? Apakah si Donald juga menyukai Megan? Kita tahu bahwa Megan ternyata memendam rasa kepada si Donald Fraser. Maybe. Lanjutnya terus good. Oh no. Donald itu terus Donald Trump salah. Lupa. Bukan?
If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important.
Adalah ini adalah si Betty. You sure don't know. Rotasinya gimana ya? Piu, piu. Sih iya kayaknya. Roadkill bene. No. 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 Big berry. No. No. Oh. Ya makan.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Ya rasa
Please go on.
suka.
Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Gray to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her.
Dari interpretasi mimpinya, Poirot menyimpulkan.
Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question.
Poirot menyimpulkan bahwa si Donald ini mempunyai rasa pada kakaknya Betty, si Megan. Ya. Dan itu rasa itu muncul mungkin karena Donald mencapakan si Betty. Dan itu bisa aja menjadi sebuah petunjuk dalam kasus pembunuhan Betty. Pas ketiga, Miss Gray. Kita akan menanyakan agak tahu kan ya, karena menurut si Lady Clark kemarin yang sudah episode sebelumnya kita wawancarai, itu mengatakan ya si Lady Clark melihat Miss Gray ini itu sedang berbincang dengan seseorang, padahal pernyataan dari Miss Gray sebelumnya mengatakan tidak orang pun pada malam kejadian, kemudian dari Sir Carmichael Clark. Jadi saat ini kan duduk enggak ada ya, kita baik.
Am I right in thinking you said that you did not speak to anyone on the day Sir Carmichael was murdered?
It's the absolute truth.
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size, glasses, dark suit, and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident, but he wasn't.
Oke, jadi tadi Poirot itu mengatakan, mengingatkan bahwa Miss Gray diingatkan tidak berbincang dengan seorang pun kan pada hari kejadian, karena menurut pernyataan dari Lady Clark itu melihat Miss Gray ini kan berbicara dengan seseorang. Nah, akhirnya Miss Gray ini ingat bahwa Miss Gray ini ternyata sedang ngobrol dengan salesman. Ya, Miss Gray bilangnya sih salesman biasa dengan orangnya berkacamata, memakai baju hitam, kemudian tampak malu-malu. Padahal biasanya salesman kan aktif gitu ya, menawarkan produk. Dan produknya ini adalah stocking cewek. Dan Miss Gray menganggap ya hanya orang salesman biasa gitulah ya. Tidak ada bahaya-bahayanya sama sekali. Oke, kita lanjutkan pertanyaan kedua.
You did not leave Cheston willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin cannot go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston.
Oh, she will collect the object.
Are you planning on returning to Churston?
Who knows what the future holds?
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her.
Can answer it for her.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Apakah Tora si Miss Grey akan menikah Sir Carmichael ke Sial si Carmichael masih hidup dan istrinya Lady Clark meninggal? The Doctress. Ini ya, Sir Carmichael menawarkan Tora sebuah bros. Ya. Doctor. Got it. Tora charming. Tora. Salah. Kan.
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she's calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Jadi Miss Grey ini kemungkinan emang mengincar Carmichael, adiknya Franklin. Is there any, apakah ada poin kesamaan yang sama antara pembunuh si stocking box sih? Sorry, melihat salesman. It is but
It's perfectly clear, Hastings. Perfectly clear.
box.
Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill, and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest, Job.
Mencurigakan salesman. Ya. Enggak. Muncul di
Chief
semua
Inspector,
tempat
we are
kejadian.
looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes. Contact all the stocking wholesalers who may employ him.
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
Akan segera dicari. Dude.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
Cheltenham?
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
Cust?
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
Kenapa kok tuh menolak? Salah apa?
Are you collecting the post, Poirot?
Kenapa Stings? Okay.
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does
Doncaster.
indeed come from the same person.
Doncaster.
Mon ami, it is a pleasure to be working with you again. I have missed you this past few years.
Sekarang kasus di. Ya, coba kita membandingkan dua suratnya lagi. Pasti sama lah. Huruf I, W, dan E. Sama.
Let us examine this more.
I.
Certain characters in the two letters.
Ya, yang
Yes, this
Rusak.
I is weird.
terlalu tebal. Bold.
Right.
Nah, cepat. Ya,
Yes. The I can.
iya,
I
ini
have
pasti.
to find some.
Dan surat ini pasti dikirim oleh orang yang sama. W, mana? W.
The W.
Not printed properly.
Right.
Ya, W-nya nggak. Nya tulis. Oh,
Of course, The W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same
Yep.
I have to find some others.
Last but not least.
Yes, the A. Right.
Yep.
That's right. The A character. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Hastings, he strikes tomorrow. Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Ada kasus
Yeah,
baru
now I'm
lagi.
going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Oke, jadi ada surat rekaman lagi dari si pembunuh ABC yang sama akan melakukan aksinya lagi esok hari di kota di Doncaster. Menarik. Dan kita akan apa ya namanya?
Someone has tried to get rid of these documents. They may be important.
Memeriksa sobekan-sobekan kertas yang terbakar ini. Apakah isi dari sobekan kertas itu? Apakah ada hal yang penting mengenai pembunuhan? Coba. Ya.
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Decipher. Langsung ya.
If someone has tried to get rid of these documents, they may be important.
Deciphernya di mana? Wait a minute. Kita baca koran dulu. Ada berita apakah?
Daily Blag, August 31, 1935. Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case. Sometimes small things trouble great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his mustache, of which he's so proud, being duller than usual.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
Daily Blag. Sometimes 3 Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The Alphabet Murder, a methodical madman. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations. I've finished with this subject. Ah, some cool hair.
So, how are you getting on? So,
Now, down to work. One of these needs putting in order a little.
Kita pecahkan. Ini tepi.
This piece should be placed here.
Ini.
This page is finished. That's done. 3 more to go. This piece should be placed here. This
Done.
page is finished. And that's 2 done. It's easier than I
Tiga,
thought.
let's go. Ini sih. Nope.
This page is finished.
Oke, lembar ketiga, halaman
Only
ketiga.
one more. Keep going.
Ini. Ini.
This page is finished.
Oke, sudah semua.
All the pages are
Not bad,
reconstructed.
not bad, not bad, not bad.
A dry cloth. A bottle of solvent.
Saya dulu. Tahi.
The cloth is now soaked with solvent.
Apa yang tertulis?
Got it. Make a note, Hastings. Make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis,
Tracheitis.
optisis, prescribed laudanum.
Oh, dah.
I got it. Look,
Oke. Kasus A.
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
Komsa.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Kita baca selengkapnya.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover.
Tracheitis.
Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking.
Stop smoke.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust. While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma, pulmonary emphysema, hemoptysis, coughing fits with blood, suffers from absences and amnesia. Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster, asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
As the cast. The cast. Dari circle catatan medis Carmichael yang merupakan spesialis tenggorokan kalau nggak salah ya. Korbannya punya tenggorokan, punya batuk berdarah. No. Om. Kan?
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
Dapat nama baru, cast dan Dawn. Telepon dulu yuk.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Let's report about the cast, the Dudley Dunbar.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust. How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Black Swan in
A friend
Doncaster.
of the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Call instead.
Chief Inspector, I would rather call myself.
As you wish. Please go ahead.
Oke, kita harus menelpon pihak
Hello, the Black Swan.
hotel.
Hercule Poirot here. May I speak to the owner?
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar. How can I help you?
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
Dunbar.
No, it is you I wish to speak with.
But who is this Cust?
That he's a crook. Yes. He has your crook.
A crook.
A crook? He seems such a decent chap. Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless, you know. Oh, yes, completely harmless.
Perspective.
We must not underestimate the danger. After all, we are not absolutely sure he is guilty.
What should I do?
Untuk selalu mengawasi Gust.
Watch him. If he leaves the hotel, watch where he is heading. I'll call the police in Doncaster immediately. When they arrive, keep out of the way.
Oh, indeed. I shall keep out of the way. I have a bad heart, you see, and a big shot could kill me.
Oh, punya penyakit jantung.
Thank you for having warned me.
Oh.
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news. The police in Doncaster have caught our man at the Black Swan Hotel. They're sending him here by train. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt.
A bientôt.
Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our #1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
Sakit
A
gigi
visit to
dada.
the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Sakit gigi.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
Marble Guest House. Oke, kita masuk. Kita tanya-tanya ke Miss Marbury.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Tell her that she is.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will
Yeah.
there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
ABC.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the war. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
On it-nya tuh sisi mana?
Where were the stains on the shirt?
On the collar and on the buttonholes.
Apa?
Cut used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhurst by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Dress?
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Which newspapers?
The evening ones and the daily ones.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Oke, sudah mulai tercium. Oke. The suspect atau yang yang dicurigai sudah ada, dan kita akan memeriksa kamar dari Alexander udah pakai cast penjual stocking psychopath. Ngeri nggak tuh? Ngeri. Ngeri. Oke. Mungkin untuk tagnya episode selanjutnya aja ya. Terima kasih yang sudah nonton. Jangan lupa subscribe, like, and share channel ini. Yo.